Well, thanks for sticking with us through the break, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Whooptopia 2023 Finals Day live stream here on the Perspective Image YouTube channel. Give it a subscribe while you're here. This is where all the best Tiny Whoop racing gets broadcast to the world, and we are going into enthusiast class. It's a double elimination bracket race that will last at least 14 races going into a Chase the Ace where we do not have Ironman rule in effect. And right about now we're bringing in these epic competitors: Big Bear, Battery, Icy, Redfin, Piontek, Flightning, Nicked, Lazy Day, Zotek, Zeg, Buddha, Muham, Bella Chow, Mr. Rabble, Glider G, and Wookie. These are a lot of pilots that have spent time in higher brackets in the past, but the competition around here is through the roof. So we're going to see some pretty sweet blade-to-blade racing here in the enthusiast class, just as we will in the other classes, just as we just saw in the epic finale to the hobbyist class. And, you know, me and Dan just walked around the room reliving that moment with everybody here. So that's that. That's all tied up and put a bow on it. It's done. I don't know what that is. Welcome to the enthusiast class double elimination bracket, the second of 5 brackets we're going to work through today. We've got the hobbyists in the bag. This is enthusiast. Then later on we're going to hit the advanced pilots, the pro pilots, and of course the elite pilots, where we're going to watch the epic showdown between T-Dog and AK. AK, the 3-time Whooptopia world champion. T-Dog took it away from him last year, and now AK's back to take it away again. That's happening later today in the stream. Right now, it's enthusiast time. Getting some shouts in the chat. Icy and Bella, put it down, baby. 3 Whoop 3. Yeah, they are 3 Whoop 3. They're also deadlock, right? A lot of deadlock pilots crushing here. Greenhorn asking if we can record the track overview of the line of sight races later. We'll see about that. Lazy Day all day says wild type in the chat. 8-bit chillin' too. Dropping the blood drop. That must be a wee bleed because he sees Zotek. Greenhorn saying make it happen. Listen, I'll do my best. You know I'm here to advocate for you people in the chat. That's my job, has always been to fight for the community. So I'm looking at Greg right now. I'm making a cold stare of an eye contact. He's looking like he's gonna do it. I think he's gonna do it. I think that's a yes, Greenhorn. Great news for you and everybody else. Whatever you ask for, we're going to do. Patrick DuBois in the chat. Dubois? In the chat saying, go Colorado. Yeah, we've got some Colorado represented here in the enthusiast class for sure. And you're going to notice I give them a particular bias. Just kidding, of course. Let's go, Pat. Remember, everybody's going to start with a quick warm-up pack, so we're going to watch Flightning, Icy, Rabble, and Buddha just get used to the air here in the Whooptopia room. We've got a higher than normal humidity in the Phoenix area after light rainfall this morning. So let's see how that affects the air these props are pushing. I think you're on now, Dan.
Oh. These pilots back on the track for the first time in a while. Flightning was having quad issues all yesterday. He's flying a Sheesh quad today. Sheesh
no kidding.
Loaned him one of his builds. I'm pretty sure that's the one he's flying.
What a guy.
He looks much faster. I mean, if he can fly like he can fly, he'll probably win. But yeah, we'll see. He's got a brand new quad.
60 seconds remaining.
I mean,
he's crashing a lot.
We have great pilots in this class. That's what I started to say. Oh, I see almost hit the dive gate literally backwards.
61.99.
I mean, went under it and then came up.
Mr.
But then he
Rebel,
didn't. He nailed it. He went back and crushed the dive gate. Doesn't matter right now, you guys. This is the place where you're just getting used to this air. It's time for practice round right now.
Icy with the 49. That's a nice lap.
Icy looking strong.
He's like our, third overall place, I think?
I didn't get the seed orders. A lot of Lightning fans out there, no doubt because of iGal. You know, iGal has made fans out of a lot of racing pilots. Have you noticed that? There's a ton of people around the world that are aware of these epic personalities through their iGal expressions.
10 seconds
I love
remaining.
that.
Buddha finished
Lightning
in third.
It was over. Buddha's already in the crash gate.
Finish your lap and then
Did he
land.
finish in first?
Mr. Rebel finished
Or
in
is Icy
fourth.
just going
well.
for the third lap? I'm not sure.
Race stopped.
Practice complete. It's time to fly for reals. Get ready for the first
60
actual
seconds until
heat
the
of
next
enthusiast class here at Whooptopia 23. 5th anniversary edition. Look at this, Greenhorn. Look at what we got for you, Greenhorn. It's a view of the track during the race. Come on, give it up for Perspective Image. These guys can do anything.
I thought we were gonna do like a giant like line of, you know, like the where everyone flies and you fly line of sight.
We can do that. We can do that. We just don't have all 80 pilots here at the same time ever. But I love that.
Well, maybe for the podium presentations at the end. But no, everyone's just gonna want to be done by then.
Well, a special Whooptopia present for Greenhorn FPV, right there on screen. This is what we've been looking at.
It is cool. That was a good idea. I didn't think to even like.
Yeah, you know, I do setup sometime where I have this being the main screen, then I put all four along the bottom. I really love that setup because you can still watch whichever you want, but also look up and, you know, if you know that giant split S gate's coming, you can glance at that. There's Icy. There's Buddha.
Rabble.
There's Rabble.
And Lightning. On the
Hashtag
block.
represent. Hashtag am I right? Hashtags are cool.
Yeah, I put them back on mine.
There's Hornycorn, the culprit, who just pushed Crazy Do off the podium and said, "That's mine. I'll take that. Thank you."
Oh, Lightning. Adjusting something.
Hornycorn, I guess, is
Spotting Icy probably.
Oh, that's.
Oh no, wait, Icy's on the chair.
Icy's
Buddha?
on the ground. Nope, that's Buddha on the far left. That's Rabble. He's spotting Rabble. And there's
Rabble needs a spot.
Hey,
what?
That
he always
wasn't
gets,
nice.
No, he always gets confused on the track, especially after he makes a little bobble
like that. You're talking about my man Rabble right now.
I mean, everyone needs a spot. Everyone should have a spot, but Rabble definitely needs one.
Stop it
to help him get back on track. He'll tell you himself.
Greenhorn, love and perspective image for that personal Whooptopia request. All right, we're in the air. This one's for real. The first official heat of enthusiast class. Lightning got that whole shot, and he's also got the most fans in the chat. I don't know, maybe.
Oh, he almost. Oh, that was way too aggressive. He forgot the tunnel, and then he just tried to like go at it from a high angle.
If he can get his video back, he's right behind Icy. Icy now getting ready to set up for the shoelace section. There's his slalom heading into it. Where's his action?
Oh, Icy with
Icy
the bobble.
goes down. Okay, we got Rabble there. Buddha's there too. Icy's still in first place. First one to hit the
Lightning
chicane. He's going to
hot,
turn
though.
back, look behind him. Can't see anybody that close. But he's got Lightning right on him.
But
Lightning goes down, but Lightning
quick
poised to make the pass here in just a minute. Icy going to cross over first. Okay, Lightning is back. Icy, technically first place. Just kidding, obviously first place. Lightning with some more errors.
So hard
Another
into the
270.
tunnel.
I know. He's
like,
feeling it.
he's
Race
back
number
in the
one.
tunnel.
It's go time. This is what
I don't
we've been
think he
waiting
realizes
for.
he's in second.
Look at how he's flying right now.
I think he thinks he's like in
It's
fourth.
like you said. Everybody needs everybody needs a spotter, especially Rabble of all people.
Was Rabble more for just remembering where he is.
No, stop it. Don't, dude.
Dude, he'll tell you himself. He always makes mistakes on where to go.
I'm still going to stick up for him. Look, we got Icy coming across, makes it official. Flightning right there with him.
Yeah,
that
but he
was
didn't get into
finish.
the crash gate yet.
Oh, Flightning, get in there.
There you
Thank
go.
you. Oh my God, that was almost another emotional
Buddha's right
breakdown
there,
for me
so if he had a couple of crashes.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Buddha finished in third.
Nice view of Flightning's quad from on board with Icy.
Mr. Rebel finished in fourth.
They're just having a little wrestling match in there. You see that?
Finish your lap
Look at
and
Icy's
land.
view right now.
Race stopped.
That's the other fun thing about the crash gate. They all stack up.
60 seconds until the next
We should
race.
make it funnel.
That's how I have it, kind of.
There's Buddha, local hero. There's that was Icy.
Good job, Icy.
I see Seg over there.
The top qualifier of that group and takes the win. I think Flightning was one of the lower qualifiers and seeds in that group.
Yeah, it's right outside.
30 seconds until the next race.
I'll bring it in. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Hey, Dan, before we move on, there's something kind of important I've been wanting to ask you.
What's
it's
that?
A personal question.
Okay.
10 seconds until the
Can
next
you
race.
remember off the cuff all of our sponsors without looking
5
at the
seconds
list?
until the next race.
I think I could do gold. I would be iGow,
Oh, just look.
Fractal Engineering, Speedy Pizzas, Speedy Pizza Drones, Fox here, Gem Fan, Drone Zone New Jersey, Rosie Rippers, Birds Aren't Real, and Rec Jones. But I'm having trouble remembering the diamond sponsors.
They're the easiest ones, dude. And they're
What are
literally on a giant screen right in front of you. What are you talking about? Just read them. I got it. No, I got it. HQ Prop, DR Printing, Happy Model, Beta FPV, AZ Night Tracks, Orca Fly, and FYS Graphs. I'll just roll right into the platinum so we don't have any more drama about it. It's We Bleed FPV, Tiny Whoop, Newbie Drone, MLDR, and Perspective Image coming in as the highest level sponsors for Whooptopia. Thank you so much to all our
Starting on the
sponsors.
tone in less than
And a
5.
very special thank you to looking for the heat sheets right now. Nicked it for wearing the coolest shirt in this heat. Just kidding. He's wearing a Tiny Whip shirt. Well,
So we got practice right here.
yeah, don't take this too seriously, you guys. It's been an emotional morning here at Whooptopia, as expected.
Battery pretty quick if you can keep it clean.
That's Adam McGuire.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw, he just posted a picture of his baby girl wearing a Tiny Whip onesie.
Oh, I did see that.
Melted my heart. Battery
Okay.
coming in just a little hot. Again, I'm just going to try not to overexert myself here in the practice rounds, where sometimes I get a little excited.
Looks like Glider just passed Battery for first place.
Which again,
Practice.
doesn't matter. Practice. First place
Glider
practice.
everyone's
lap
pretty
one,
close.
47.43.
Battery first
Battery
through,
lap
Glider
one,
second, but or no,
51.15.
Glider first, Battery second.
60 seconds remaining.
But
Seg
Nicked
lap
it
one,
and Battery within
61.07.
a fraction of a second of each other. Seg about 10 seconds behind.
Ooh, Battery with a pretty hard hit.
Glider G and Battery 1 and 2 go down. Let's see, where's Nicked it?
Slade got up
Like
quick.
he's out front. No, Glider G still out front. I think
30
Nicked it
seconds
second,
remaining.
Battery in third right now. Here comes Glider G about to finish his second lap. This group is also doing 2 laps.
Glider
like the
G
last group.
finished in first.
Glider, like, I think,
Seg finished in
did they
second.
say you can just keep going? But you should practice the crash
finished in
gate.
third. 10 seconds remaining.
Oh no, they just get 2
Battery
minutes of
finished in
practice.
fourth.
That's what it is.
Finish your lap and then land.
What's up, SCO FPV joining us in the chat. Jameis is here to root on Nicked It.
Ooh, Slade was practicing his like super aggressive chicane there. Smacked the
It's the time to do it.
gate.
Nicked It, one of the most fashionable pilots here at the event today, other than Greg Gutierrez. He checks his
Race
shirt.
stopped.
Yeah, looking good.
60 seconds until the next race.
All right, that was some good practice for everyone. Going into our second bracket here.
Yep.
I believe this is whoever's at the top of this group is our second qualifier, right? Yep, that'd be Battery. Nicked it with 7th seed, Glider G in the 11th seed, and Seg in 15th seed. There you can see our bracket right there. Winners or advancers of this race will go on to battle against Icy and Flightning, and the constellation will be against Rabble and Buddha, and then we'll go on to 3 and 4 with our lower section of the bracket.
Yeah. I always call this a preliminary round, where we first measure all 16 pilots, throw them into the top or bottom brackets,
Yep.
and then the double elimination begins.
I would say
Oh, then the elimination begins. So there's Slade on the far right. We got Adam, that's Battery, second from the right. Seg right there in the middle of your screen. And of course, Nicked It, the most fashionable of all pilots. Just kidding again. On the left, I see Ted standing there too. One of the hardcore old school ops of Whooptopia.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
There they go. All right, lots of clean flying. It appears to be Battery and Glider G out front as Battery takes a little bit of a dive. Glider G currently holding first place, but he's got a lot of action. Did Nick get that far out in front? I think he did.
yeah, I mean he's one of the faster ones, right?
Yeah, so
Ooh,
Nick
Battery with a
first
little
place.
bobble. Battery's right on the same gate as him, so they're about equal. Battery's probably got the best pace, but he seems to make the most mistakes.
Battery
too.
getting ready to make the pass right here on the shoelace. There it is. Battery now the first one to hit the chicane.
Ooh.
Nicked It's on the chicane too, but Battery's down. There's the pass. Nicked It currently in first place here in this race that counts. But there's the pass once again. Battery back out in front.
Oh.
Super aggressive flight takes a dive again, and it's back to Nicked It. First place crossing over onto the final lap.
44.56.
Here in the preliminary round,
Battery
Nicked It
lap
crosses
one,
over in first place, but check out Battery. Still flying pretty
Glider G
angry, and
lap
I'm not
one,
going to count out Slade either.
53.32.
Glider G is also aggressive
60
and not too
seconds
far
remaining.
behind. He's already at the
Save lap
split
one,
S as Nicked It takes a huge,
57.9.
Oh, uh-oh.
huge
Okay,
dive on
lucky
the
didn't get under
270.
the- Whenever they get close to the curtain or something, that's like the one place where you can get permanently stuck.
Glider G just
Pass?
passed Nicked It and
Nicked
Battery. So Glider G
Glider.
currently in first place now on this second time to
He's
the
got
chicane.
he's got a nice
There's
chicane
a nice
too.
little Maverick on the chicane, but face plants into the
30 seconds
MLDRL.
remaining.
Nicked It back out in first place.
Where's Battery?
Riding nice and smooth, and Glider G can see him right there. We're coming down to the line. Nicked It with one more gate. Glider G flying faster. Can he catch him to the race gate?
Glider G.
Glider G, go to the race gate.
Battery finished
He
in
made
third.
it. Did he get in?
Did he?
I don't know. The
10
screens were
seconds
shifting.
remaining.
Oh no, he's under it.
Is he under it, or
But he probably
he's under it?
did he go
He doesn't
through
know.
as long as he went through the finish part,
Seg
he's
finished
fine.
in fourth.
But if he
That's not
Finish your lap
possible.
and then land.
No, it is because look, the gate's back. You could technically fall through. I don't know.
But we'll leave that one up to
Yeah.
official Whooptopia judges.
I think it would be hard for him to crash in a way where he hit the outside, went around it, and then somehow got under it. Because I don't think that's possible. Just physically. D-Mick. What did you call him before?
I called him
Mike?
D-Mick. I was just trying to correct you. That was a
Oh.
test. I was like, hey, Dan, can you pronounce D-Mick? And he said, well, I just heard you say it correctly, so I'll cheat. D-Mick.
What's up, D-Mick? How's
What's
it
up,
going?
dude? What's up? And what's up, Bri5? And what's up, Mr. Rian Derpy Hooves and all the fun people watching?
I think they're going to DVR review just because he was underneath. Yeah, they are right now.
Oh, really? Let's get that on the screen.
Greg, can you put that up for us?
Greg, we want that live DVR review. Okay, we're not there yet.
Oh, they're checking a different part.
Hey, do I see Zotek over there?
Yeah, Zotek's the 16th ball in this group.
All right.
Because all those video issues he was having yesterday.
That puts him in good position. As we stand by for the...
Second place goes to Seg. Third to
Glider D messed something up.
Battery, so Seg, no channel change. Nicked it, you will be changing to R6. Do not change until your heat comes up.
So do you think that was a crash gate issue?
Battery,
They were reviewing
you
something
will
else.
stay on your channel.
Maybe he forgot the dive gate and stuff. That part, maybe that's how he caught so far up.
Race stopped.
To R2.
Totally.
Do not do it.
Oh, that's good.
I asked that in the very
60
beginning.
seconds until the next
That's
race.
what it felt
You'll be in
like.
Race 5, Seg and Nicked it. You'll be in race 6. We're on to race 3 now. Redfin, Pion Tech, Bella Chow, and Buham. Let's get them on the blocks for practice.
Lazy Day's going to be racing in race 4, D-Mick. So we'll see him in just a few. First, we're going to bring in Redfin, Piontek, Bella Chow, and Muhan.
I was wrong. It was a crash gate issue.
30 seconds
Glider
until the
G
next
bounced
race.
around the outside and went underneath and did not
And he
get
did
it.
not know.
Yeah, I guess he
That
didn't
was
know.
fun. But you know what? My weak heart can't take much more of these emotional endings. And I don't know
mean,
what to
it's-
do about it.
It's a straight shot from the. There's like basically
Doesn't mean it's
3 gates in a
Seconds
row.
I
until the
know.
next race.
I know. It's a wide 3-gate tunnel with plenty of room between.
5 seconds until the
But-
next race.
Already seen a few of those where people either crash hitting the start or that happy model gate after the start.
Check out that
or
blinder
the
light.
finish.
Who's flying the blinder light there?
That's
Let's
like a
see.
bird's move.
It's either
Arm your
Piontek or Bella,
Starting
if I
on
had
the
to
toe in less
guess.
than 5.
Bella's that blue one.
Okay.
I know that.
Well, here we go. We're here in the preliminary round. This is race 3 of 14. We're going to be doing in this second of 5 double elimination brackets.
So
And a lot of action
Piontek
happening
gets
on the
red.
course. Nobody's having a real clean race right now. First one of the split S is Piontek leading in front of Bella Chow.
Uh-oh.
No, Redfin's way out in front. He's already dive gating and he's got action.
Everyone's kind of mixed up. Redfin had a little bobble, but he looks like he's got the best pace. He's the top ball, right? He's the 4th seed
Yep.
of this group. Piontek
Well-
in 5th.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone's so close. Bella is really having trouble with
Everybody's
the dive
on the
gate.
shoelace right now. Piontek's in first. He's the first one to hit the chicane. He's got action
Bella
right
Chow
now.
finished in
Redfin trying to make the
first.
pass. Was that it? They're side by side. Both of them go down. Piontek and Redfin both take a dive, and now they're going to meet on the mini Jacobs ladder. Everything shifts around.
Redfin lap 1.
And let me restart
54.92.
everything. Nope, Redfin
60
got in
seconds
front but took a
remaining.
dive. Piontek first place going into the split S for the
Oh,
second
no, no,
time.
no, no. Okay, good.
Dude, every time you say no, 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 I'm thinking I'm making an epic failure.
64.18.
Well,
First one
he
through the
almost-
Tiny
he
Whip
almost went
270.
To the, whatchamacallit, to the... A lot of people
Piontek,
do that. They
look at
blow it all the
Redfin
way
trying to
out.
catch up. Piontek is way far out and making far less mistakes. He's already on the shoelace section. There's the red and there's the green. Piontek is set up for the
30
chicane.
seconds remaining.
Nice and smooth, cutting wide to look behind
Nice
him. He
recovery.
made it
Oh.
through, but bails into the L.
He's got a...
Nice setup.
Oh,
Here comes Redfin. Redfin's now chicaning alongside.
But he makes a mistake, too. Looks like
So-
Bella's stuck or something.
I know.
That's rough.
Piontek looking strong, coming out of lap number 2.
oh,
Seconds
Piontek just...
remaining.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Piontek finished
Go
in
back.
first.
Okay. Nope. What does he do?
He's going on another lap.
Did he
Redfin
mess
finished
up
in
his first?
second.
But he just messed up that last lap.
Finish your
Okay,
lap and then
Redfin's first
land.
one in the crash gate. Look, he's going back now. Someone, wait,
Where's he? No, no, no.
Piontek.
He doesn't...
He just went in.
Is this practice?
He went
and
in.
we're being dumb?
No,
Yes.
it's practice and we're being dumb?
Yep.
I did
Right?
it again?
Yeah. Wait, I don't know. Redfin just went for the crash
All right,
gate?
you guys both got in, but I will let you
Mohan
know
finished in
something.
third.
When you get in the crash gate, you stay in the crash gate. You do not exit the crash gate.
Oh, did
You
he
get
fly
in
into
there,
the crash
you
gate and then
get
fly
some,
back
you
out
put
and
your
land?
goggles up,
No.
and you leave your whoop in there. No big deal. I just didn't announce that. It's my apologies. Future reference helps us on our end. Please
Stop.
stay in the crash gate.
Well, Dan, you specially designed this
60
crash
seconds
gate
until
so
the
that you
next
could get
race.
back up out of it.
And
But
face
we
punch.
just and face
Well,
punch.
that's also if you go in early.
But
So that
you just
'cause you
heard
can go back
from-
out if you
All right,
if you
get
go
him
in
up
early.
again,
I'm sure you're
guys.
allowed
Get
to
him
go
up
back
again.
out.
So yeah, when you get into the
If you
crash
accidentally
gate,
went
leave
in
your
after
whoop in
one
there.
lap.
That was just
I'm sure
practice, so
you'd
it
be allowed to
doesn't
fly
matter.
back out. It's like getting stuck somewhere.
Get a fresh battery. This one.
Oh, is Bella
counts.
rocking the
Redfin,
wide
Bella
pinch,
Chow,
the fat
Mohawk.
pinch? I didn't even. I didn't think. Bella got a mega wide pinch. Oh,
I think anyone just sees kind of a wide cam down there, like, is that the wide pinch? And then if you put that next to the wide pinch, you'd be like, nope, because that wide pinch is way wider.
way wider. You know, it's funny. The goal of the pinch wide.
If you ever think, is that the wide pinch? And the whoop's sitting on the ground,
Get your
can you see
raffle
the ceiling
tickets,
directly
get
above
your
it?
raffle
Can you
tickets
see
now. We're gonna start
literally
giving
right behind you? Just kidding. Hey guys, get ready for the official race 3, where we're not gonna accidentally.
Be all confused about what people are doing.
We're gonna get it straight because this is not a practice. It's O-Fish.
That was a good battle between Redfin and Piontech, though.
Yeah, worth it. Let's see if we can get them to just replay that so they can be actual drama.
Yeah, hopefully Bella, whatever his issue was there, he was having some trouble with the dive gate, and then he just kind of got stuck on the ground.
Relax and lock it in, Bella, says Lucio Vasquez in the YouTube chat. That's right. I was telling Dan yesterday, I like to stomp my feet a ton. Just really do some hardcore physical stomping of my feet before I go into body hold perfectly still in high tension mode. There's not very many activities that humans do where your mind is at its peak activity and your body is sitting calm and needs to stay still, you know?
Did we miss? Oh, there's Bella.
Yep, here comes Bella in the blue, wearing a 3 Whoop 3 shirt. Did you get your 3 Whoop 3 shirt? You should get one. Binder's back.
I wonder what Bella's adjusting. He's doing something in the menus right now.
Arm
Sometimes
your
you gotta
quads.
mess around in the menus.
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Hope he's done in the menus, because here we go.
All right,
Looks like he was.
everyone with a pretty clean start.
Fresh Bread is in the chat. Fresh Bread is in the chat, rooting on Piontech. Let's go, dude.
Redfin has a slight lead on Piontech right now.
I see that. And he's flying a
Mohawk
little
and
more
Bella
gently
recently
than that
locked in.
practice round. Redfin looking really good.
Bella Chow lap 1, 15.66.
Got about a second and a half on Piontech. Here he goes into the chicane. Redfin in number 1 position. Chicane for Piontech. Still about 1.5, maybe 2 gates behind now. Starting to slip just a little bit with that smooth flight of Redfin. Going to bring over
Redfin
1 lap in
1,
39.32.
Piontech lap 1, 42.2.
Piontech still keeping a tight third, and it's looking a little hard for Muham and Bella Chow to get in this, but let's not count them out.
Oh, Redfin with a little
60
bobble,
seconds remaining.
but he's got
Mohan
a
lap
decent
one,
lead on Piontech, but that does put them
57.46.
closer.
Yep,
Took about a gate behind.
yep. And there's another funny little turn back from where he got lost. Now they're both on the shoelace at the same time, 2
Oh.
turns apart. One more air is going to set it up. Look at that.
But Piontech.
They both switched spots, and now Redfin's really running away with it.
Yep.
If he can keep this smooth, this is Redfin's right here. Piontech is 1 course feature
30
behind.
seconds
Bella
Bella
remaining.
stuck
Chow
again.
sitting on the ground. Here it comes. Redfin going to make it official. He's in the crash gate.
Piontech finished
Piontech makes it in 2. That's your 1 and 2. Sorted into the winner's bracket. That'll move Muham and Bella Chow into the hot seat in the elimination bracket.
Oh,
10
Bella
seconds
has
remaining.
ELRS 3.0, I bet.
Moham finished in 3rd.
What else with
He's
his that
flying
long
like
to
he's
reconnect?
blind.
Belichow lap 1, 114.28. Race
DVR
stopped.
review.
60 seconds until the next race.
Why is there applause for that?
I don't know. How come they're still all sitting down and they didn't go grab their quads or anything? I think just because none of them have gotten up yet, that no one else is getting up, so they're just like they're still all sitting. Okay, one person got up. There they go.
Are you telling me 3 Whip 3 multi-GP that somebody is flying in this race with a toilet tank mount? Tell me that's true, Dan.
What's that?
That's when you put the battery on top sideways as opposed to like this in the bottom. Hornycorn's riding a toilet tank?
Yeah, because he does
Oh,
the
because
pusher.
he's pusher.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that counts.
10 seconds until the next race.
Yeah, it always looks like his quad's upside down and sideways when it's on
Yeah.
the block.
5 seconds until the next race.
Upside down and sideways. Yeah, I noticed that D-Mix saying Bella's got every possible OSD indication on it. It's like,
He's got to find a spot for each of the indicators. That's how a lot of them come. The worst is when they come with the artificial horizon on. Like, when would you ever use that?
oh, they're saying it's Belichow. What's Belichow's battery situation?
I don't think it was the battery. I think he has ELRS 3.0, and when you happen to disconnect for whatever reason, you got to wait a good 15 to 30 seconds for it to fucking come back.
Maybe, but they're saying something in his field of view. They're talking about his field of view.
I thought they were asking why he's just sitting on the ground for so long when he's right side up and not doing anything.
Here's the DVR review
Not even,
for
like,
Piontek. He's the last name I want to see on the DVR review screen.
Oh,
Did he get through?
No, he. Oh, the first one. I was gonna say the second one. He like tried a few times and he eventually made it.
Look,
through.
he went back through. He
Yeah.
definitely went through both times.
Yeah.
He went through both times.
And then he crashed. He did a similar thing on the
Okay,
second
yeah.
gate.
Is he
But
going
goes-
through? Obviamente.
Yeah, you can see it on the inside. The spinning LEDs as he goes through. Crashed through twice.
Crashed through twice. And that makes him my hero, you know? He did not need to crash through twice. But to please the judges,
Would he have really been your hero if he had gone back a third time?
yeah, then I would kiss
And then
his feet.
Gotta clean that time.
That's how you get a free Team Tiny Whip sponsorship. You go back for a gate a third time in a serious Whooptopia race because you want to be that legit, because you care about fairness on that level. Do you remember when someone at I.O. Finals skipped a gate and thought they got away with it? We
What,
can't
on
name
purpose?
names. We can't name names.
I didn't know that.
But looking at the review footage, it was like pretty clear you missed it. You just kept going. It was so awkward.
I mean, sometimes
I know.
you just like get
Hey, look!
totally confused.
Hey, we got our hero Zotek in this heat, dude, and he's not
Zotek.
alone. We got Big Bear, Lazy Day, and Wookie up close there.
Nice.
Big Bear, middle of your screen on the left of to our left of Zotek in the bright red and blue. I thought he'd be wearing the red suit today. I was kind of hoping. Were you?
Yeah.
What's it gonna take to get Zotek to show up around here in the red suit?
It's not Zotek, it's Weebleed Man.
Yeah, we bleed, man. Mexican accent. Don't know what that's about.
Arm your quads.
We want him to show up around here.
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
By the way, I'm gonna get my own persona.
Wookie won his way into Whooptopia with a giveaway in the Tiny Whoop group.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
that?
yeah. He's a
Thanks
really
to
cool
Vifly
local
for
guy.
that.
I was just at this is practice, so everybody chill. Don't
Yep.
get your hopes up, okay? Don't pull a Jesse. I was at a house race right before this event, and it's kind of how I really met Wookie in person. He's been a customer for a while, but I 3 different times I would film his quad going by, and so he comes around a corner and sees me, and I'm obviously Jesse P, and I got my camera and I'm making stories for the lead up to Whooptopia, and he just instantly ditch it, like have a hardcore error. And the third time I went up to him and I was like, man, you are a really good sport about me suddenly being in your face and causing a wreck during an important race. And he was just so fun and chill about it. I'm an instant Wookiee fan, and you should be too, because look, ladies and gentlemen, he's in first on this very important practice race.
60
kidding, I don't
seconds
think he is.
remaining.
Yeah, no, he's way off. But
Is he?
yeah, no one else has finished the lap.
But look how
Zotek
fast
has-
Zoe's flying.
But Zotek's been
Big Bear
bobbling.
lap 1.
Wookie hasn't made a mistake yet.
51.89. Lazy Day lap 1. 67.83.
Zotek's catching up though. Does Zotek have enough time to make the
30
distance?
seconds
He's
remaining.
pushing.
Zotek's going for the dub on this one, dude. Oh my
Zotek-
gosh, here he
Zotek
comes.
Get in the mid-low
Finished in
30s when he
first.
was flying good. He just
Zotek
was
finished
having
in
video
second.
issues and he couldn't really get. Yeah, look at that, 35. Solid.
Very solid. A rough first lap,
10
a
seconds
beautiful
remaining.
second lap.
Lazy days in this group? All right, well, some fast pilots
Big
here
Bear
in the
finished in third.
hobbyist class this year. So many fast pilots.
That's
out
exactly
there.
that's what we're gonna be saying all day. We're just gonna constantly say last year that guy was in the elites or whatever.
You are up immediately again. Reminder, you must be in that crash gate.
60 seconds.
All right, so how are these pilots feeling about that practice, Dan? There's Zotek.
Zotek's got to feel good putting down a 35, even though he had a couple bobbles in the first lap, but that was his
There he is. I love how we're getting all these angles of Zotek.
first time back on the track.
I think I saw a smile. He's feeling good.
Zero 924.
Ooh, where's Wimpy Dog? I need Wimpy Dog to spot me. I was like, Wimpy Dog was the best spotter I've ever had.
Really?
Ben Solani, who's a good spotter too, but he's like, he's just like so encouraging. It's like doing awesome.
That's
You're killing
exactly
it.
what Jordan
Keep it going.
Temkin always was for me. Jordan Temkin, he'd
Great
always
turn.
be in my ear and he'd be like, all right, you're doing a great job keeping it nice and smooth. You're going to maintain that great, really good turn.
Yep.
You know exactly what's next. It's another turn. You seem like you're ready for it. You're doing a good job keeping it nice and smooth. I almost just want that on repeat, playing in my ear. It works, man.
Yeah, I liked it.
If you want to know how to be a good spotter,
you're doing good.
or if you want to make a friend at an FPV event,
ahead,
just go up to a random guy at an FPV event. You're trying to make friends. You're just like, hey, can I spot for you?
You have to ask first if they want to hear you talk, because some people just want the minimum info. Like, you're totally good, chill out and slow down, or you really need to go.
Honestly,
Some people don't want you talking to them.
okay, well maybe. And you know, the right guy.
He definitely asked me first. He's like, "Do you want me to just tell you the minimum, or like?" I was like, "Just do what you do." And then
Nice.
it's like a
So you
encouragement. I was like-
volunteered for the extra info.
I mean, I'll always take the extra info. I don't mind someone talking to me.
Wookie looking really strong right now.
Uh-oh, Zotek looks a little wobbly.
Zotek had a wobbly, but
Like
Big
the-
Bear is in first place, getting chased down by Zotek right now.
Dude, he's
Big,
fighting his gyro so hard. Just land, Zotek.
Big Bear in the shoelace right now. Zotek in the shoelace, pushing really hard. Big Bear's out first. Here comes Big Bear chicane. Nice and smooth. Zotek right behind him, poised to make the
Oh,
pass.
Zotek.
Zotek really
Zotek,
getting ready
okay,
to make
there
a
you go.
pass
Good
right
job,
now.
good job.
Made a nice correction. Props to you, Zotek. Big Bear is going to make it across the lap first, but not by much. And a very slim margin there. How's Wookie doing? Well, still trying to catch up back on chicane section after a rough first round. There's Zotek going into the split S, and he's got a little bit of ground to make up as Big Bear gets ready to approach the shoelace section. Minor error and a correction by your first place Big Bear right there. We saw Mama Bear get knocked out in the last round. This is big. This is the Bear family redemption happening now. But that is Zotek making the pass. No, Zotek down. Big Bear still out in first. There he is negotiating the L. Now we're going to go into the Jacob's ladder for Big Bear in first place. Zotek trying to regather there at the chicane. This is for real. Wookie pretty far back, so Zotek's looking like he's got a locked in second.
I mean, as long as he doesn't make a
Zotek
mistake.
can't make a big error here, but he's flying fast and secure.
Good
Zotek
job, Zotek.
moving on in the winner's bracket. Bravo. Bravo to Big Bear maintaining a solid first.
Lazy day with a bunch of errors there.
Couple of fist bumps from the pilots and a knee spank from Zotek, and with that, I'm going to run to the little boys' room.
All right.
Cover for me for the next practice. Just don't forget it's a practice.
There's no more practice. We're going through them all now.
Okay, then don't forget it's not a practice. Okay, be right back.
All right, so now we're going to race number 5, which will be our first consolation bracket. These upper brackets totally filled out. We're not missing any pilots, so we will lose 1 or 2 of Battery, Glider G, Rabble, and Buddha. So the 2 lower pilots will be in 16th and 15th place overall, and the other 2 pilots will advance to
30
race
seconds
9.
until the next race.
This is your consolation bracket. 2 of you will be done for the
That's what
day.
AK is
2 of
explaining
you
on
will
track
keep
right now.
Fighting on. Battery, Glider G, Mr. Apple, Buddha. I believe we had a channel change in this one. Glider G is going to
10 seconds
R2.
until
No
the
one
next
plug
race.
in until he is on it. Nobody plug in
5
until Glider
seconds
G
until
is
the
on
next
R2.
race.
Let him change when he tells you he's good.
Let's
then
see
you
in
can
the
plug
chat.
in.
Don't forget to smash that
All
like
right, he
button,
already
Zero
threw the thumbs
says.
up. That's a pilot
Thanks,
that knows
Zero.
how to change channel and do it quickly.
Everyone
We
out there,
appreciate you.
hit that
Glider G.
thumbs up button, like the stream, share it out to your friends, subscribe to Perspective Image, hit the little notification bell too so you know when they're going live for other events if you don't happen to be at them. It's going to be our first consolation bracket. There is no more practice, so all of the rest of our heats are live heats. We've got Battery, who was our 2nd seed, Glider G, who was our 10th seed, Rabble, who was our 11th seed, and Buddha, who was our 14th seed overall. So let's see who finishes where.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
All right, here we go. The launch. It's like whole shot goes to Battery, but he crashes down. Bathroom. Right now, it's a pretty close battle. Looks like Buddha gets through the dive first. Someone's stuck on the ground trying to turtle. We've lost one screen. Glider G having some rough video. Oh, he's back. Okay. So Glider G keeps disappearing, so I can't tell exactly where he is. It looks like Glider's actually just ahead of Buddha because I can see someone in his FPV view. Oh, there he is. Okay, so Glider G, the first one on the lap too.
43.33.
Buddha is right on him though.
60 seconds remaining.
Battery keeps having some issues crashing and getting stuck.
Mr. Rabble.
Rabble in 3rd.
62.97.
So Buddha crashes,
73.89.
but he's back up. I think he still has a lead on Rabble in 3rd. Yes, he does by
30
a
seconds
few
remaining.
gates here. Glider G is out front, getting some black and white video from him. He looks like he's about to take it home around the final ladder. No one really that close to him. Battery
Glider
hits
G
the
finished in first.
chicane. Oh wait, Battery's come
seconds
all the way
remaining.
back. He's almost up on Buddha. If he could keep it clean here, he might. I don't know if there's enough time. He definitely has the pace, but he's got a low battery. Oh, it's so close. All 3 of them are in the same area. Battery, oh no, he misses
Battery
the second
finished in
gate.
second.
Buddha crashes too. They're all
Finished in
crashing. Who's
third.
going to get into the crash gate first? It is Buddha. A crazy finish there.
Mr.
Battery
Rabble finished in
powers through, catches up, but then crashes going towards the finish gate, and Buddha able to finish ahead of him into the crash gate, even though Battery got the
This heat is
timing
under
activation.
DVR review. But Glider G definitely
There's
got
some
first.
DVR review, possibly
But for the
for
other
some
three
gates.
of you, it's to be
But
determined. Good job, Glider G, though, on the first.
Glider
Second,
G
third,
definitely
and fourth
finished
to be
first.
determined.
But oh, they might have to look at his video, of course. We didn't see it.
Race stopped. 60 seconds until the next race.
All right, we're looking at a review here. I'm not sure who we're reviewing. I'd assume one of the top pilots. Got AK looking at the screen over here doing a review on the
30 seconds until the next race.
Oh, are they checking bottom right here? He got through. And looks good.
All right.
10 seconds
Think we're
until the
confirmed
next
there.
race.
Are in. So again, first place goes
5
to Glider
seconds until the
G.
next race.
Second place goes to Buddha. We're DVR reviewing Buddha and Battery as they were battling it out for that crash gate. They both crashed on this gate right before the crash gate at the end. But Buddha did get in before Battery. Battery's gonna get third place. Rabble gets fourth. So Mr. Rabble, you get 16th place overall. Great job, sir.
All right, so
And
Rabble
give it
in
up for Battery,
16th.
15th place overall.
Battery with that
Great racing.
comeback
today,
and then a
fellas.
rough finish right
That is
there
the end of the
in
road for
15th.
Battery and Mr. Rabble.
Buddha moving on to the next round, and same with Glider G, though we'll see them again in race 9. Up now, we've got race 6, back up to the regular part of the bracket where we've got
Alrighty,
Icy,
what an
Lightning,
intense
Nicked
race
and
that was.
Seg.
Glider G and Buddha, no channel changes for you two. We'll be seeing you in race number 9. We're heading into race number 6, winners bracket. This is Icy, Lightning, Nicked It, and Seg. Icy, Lightning, stay on your channel. Nicked It's changing to R6. No one plug in until Nicked It changes. Nobody plug in until Nick. Oh, you're already good? Oh, wow, look at that. All right, go ahead and plug them in, guys. Icy, Lightning, Nicked It, Seg, you are up right meow.
All
Hey,
right.
Dan, close your eyes.
They're
Can you rattle off all the platinum sponsors without looking?
I think so. We Bleed, Tiny Whoop, Newbie Drone, MLDR, and Perspective Image. Did I forget anyone? I got it.
You nailed it.
Well, they're kind of like all of my sponsors, so except for MLDR, there's no Seattle team yet.
Great point. So what I missed, Dan?
Battery having sort of a crazy do finish, where he kept crashing. He was in last the whole time, but then at the end he kind of put it together, caught back up, passed Buddha on the last ladder there, got through the timing gate before him, crashed on this happy model gate, and then it always takes him a minute to get back up, or not a minute, but a few seconds, and Buddha came back and got him. So he made up a lot of gates. Like Buddha was on the chicane and he was over here on the corkscrew about, and he came all the way back, and then he was going too hard into the end. Kind of had to slice through the timing gate and then hit the next gate, and then Buddha passed him back before he got him the crash. And that was an elimination round for second and third. So. A little rough way to go.
My gosh.
But at
I
least
guess
it
that's
wasn't-
how the cookie crumbles sometimes, Dan.
Yep. So Rabble took 16th and
Wow.
Battery took 15th.
Man, Battery was flying so good early on.
He was flying fast. He just kept crashing, and then
Arm
he
your
would it
quads.
seemed like there was something where he had to
Starting on
wait
the tone in less than
3 or
5.
4 seconds every time he got stuck on the ground before he could take off.
Oh, I
again.
hate that. Well, here we go back in the winner's bracket. Icy, Lightning, Nicked, and Seg in the air together right now. Lightning looking really strong. He's already through the split S and currently riding in first place. Already through the launch gate. Let's check out his dive. Wait, that's Icy. So, yeah, we've got...
Lightning crash there.
Yeah, Icy went out in first place right now. He's about to hit...
makes the pass back. Oh, but
yeah.
Icy passes back.
Oh, they're neck and neck at the shoelace. Take it away, Dan. They pass back and they pass back. That's really how it is. Flightning currently in first place, leading Icy and flying really strong. He's in that Jacob's ladder. Yeah, he's definitely got the pace.
Well, Zotek too. Zotek was looking real fast too.
Oh, in the whole group, I see.
Yeah, 38. Yeah. Zotek was out of 35. So some of the best ones. Oh, but Flightning does have trouble with that dive gate.
And now Icy makes the pass again. Icy back up into first place.
60 seconds remaining.
And Flightning is right on him. Flightning makes the pass back now into some of those back course features. It's all about the shoelace. Look at that. Flightning barely in front of Icy into the chicane.
Striking distance too. If one of them goes down, he's only a few gates behind. But it does look like it's going to be Flightning and then Icy here, unless we have a...
Flightning makes it official into the crash gate. Let's bring in Icy.
Icy finished in second.
Nicely done. Keeping it alive in the winner's bracket here in the enthusiast double elimination bracket. That's where you want to be.
Very nice. A 41 and a 39 for Icy.
Makes me really excited for race 8. That was race 6. We're going to dip to the elimination bracket for a second, but then we're going to come back and watch Redfin, Piontek, Big Bear, and Zotek go at it to keep it alive.
10 seconds remaining.
And Seg coming around. That was a pretty clean race for everyone. There are a few bobbles, but that was pretty good overall.
Bravo, pilots. An applause from the spectators here at Whooptopia 23, both of them. I'm just kidding. We got some people over here in the stands. We got pilots on the left, pilots on the right.
R1 in race number 9. Please do not change until right before your heat.
I almost feel like we should have a designated volunteer to deliver quads from the crash gate back to the pilots. Have a look at your board right there. We're moving on to race 7 on the lower left. This is an elimination bracket between Wookie, Lazy Day, Bella, and Muham. Bella Chow, one of the team pilots of Fractal, and of course 3 Whoop 3. Lazy Day, one of the Facebook favorites. He's been cranking out beautiful footage leading up to Whooptopia. Wookie's my new favorite local out of Colorado after I caused him a whole bunch of issues over at Icy's house the other night. And they're fighting to stay alive. Place 1 or 2 moves on to race 9. No, excuse me, race 10.
Muham, Michael, was nice enough to switch channels with me.
Oh,
Watts did very good on R8, so before the race, I was like, I switched to R2, and he was like, sure. Let me test my quad.
Nice.
Switched it up. I think it helped because I had perfect video, so I haven't tried R8. I haven't heard of too many video complaints, but mostly
let's
hardware stuff.
I don't know Muham as well, but let's switch to rooting for him.
All right. I think this is his first IGAO. He's played in one IGAO, but this is his first Whooptopia.
Well, Muham FPV from Arizona, he got 171st in IGAO 2 and 172nd in RaceGAO.
Nice.
1206.
So he's not a new kid on the block, but new to me at least.
New to Whooptopia. It's coming out. Where's he
goes
from?
back to the box though, don't worry. It's not like you lose your round ticket.
He's from Arizona.
Yep.
1206.
So,
I call the last four
local.
numbers.
There's Wookie up front, got that epic new 3 Whoop 3 shirt on. How's it going, YouTube chat? Everybody having a good day? It's Sunday. Hope you're chilling out wherever you are in the world. To join us for Whooptopia Finals, whole bunch of you guys out there. Do me a favor and help me push this to our friends by hitting the like button on YouTube. Like I said before, we're trying to beat the YouTube algorithm, recently updated with more tricks up its sleeve. So we can beat it and show this epic FPV event to all your FPV friends, and you can cast a vote just by hitting the like button. Do it right now, all of you, and subscribe to the channel. Trust me, you'll thank me later. And so will your friends, because they might become aware of this, the Super Bowl of Tiny Whoop Racing. I see a bunch of goggles down. Look at these calm, collected pilots. A couple 3 Whoop 3 pilots going at it. Wookie versus Bella in this one. They're off into the air. A bunch of red lights I see. Wookie's got traffic. who's right in front of him. Is it Lazy? No, it's not. Well, looking like Wookiee's flying nice and strong. Muham just ahead of him. So when you look on Wookiee's screen, you see Wuhan's red lights on the quad just in front of him. About 1 gate ahead of Wookiee right now. He's trying to make that pass. Shoelace section for Wookiee, but Muhan still one gate behind. They go into the chicane. What's happening right now? I can't see Lazy Day at all, and nope, Lazy Day's not there.
He's a ways back, get a little ball.
Side by side, Muham versus Wookiee right now. What's going to happen? They're headed for the start gate together. Muham smashes his face. Wookiee gets across to the 44.3. Just a little bit ahead of Muham, who had that error, now trying to regather.
Lazy Day hot on their tail, though.
Yeah, and flying strong. Wookiee into that tiny whip 270. Here he goes, getting ready to tie his shoelace on the back of the course. Bravo to Wookiee, keeping it smooth right now. Nice little correction there.
What cam is Belichow?
Belichow lap 1, 71.03.
They think that the wide pitch doesn't look like that.
The wide pitch doesn't look like that, yeah. I mean, it's possible it's a wide. You can tell best from the edges, to be honest.
30 seconds remaining.
If anything, that's a pretty narrow cam.
Wookiee's looking really strong right now.
That's whatever
Lazy Day finished
Here he
in
comes.
first.
Lazy Day made it ahead through that static. Have I got that right? He didn't get into the crash gate first.
We weren't paying attention, but he definitely
Wookiee got into the crash gate first. I'm sure of that. So maybe he started a lap and we didn't notice.
Moham finished in third.
Either way, Wookiee feeling great about that. But it turns out me and Dan were actually rooting for Muhan that whole time.
Oh, this was a conflict.
Belichow finished in fourth.
So Bella in 13th.
Place overall. Give it up for Belichick.
No, sorry, 14th. 13th for Muhan.
And in 13th place overall.
And the deadlock guys are so cool. Have you noticed the coolness factor of the deadlock guys?
They're always here cheering on each other.
They just got a very high coolness factor going on. Is it just me? You getting that vibe?
Definitely.
Everybody at home getting that vibe, right, chat?
Big Bear, he's changing to R6. Please do that now.
D-Mix shouting out, let's go Lazy. I feel that.
Please allow Big Bear
Lazy with an epic win right there.
Before anybody plugs in.
Hard video to see, though. Wonder what happened there. Have a look at your leaderboard. We've already moved on. Lazy Day and Wookiee. We're going to meet up with them in race 10 in just a minute. But right now, back to the winner's bracket. This one's going to be a fight to stay up in those green brackets. Redfin, Piontek, Big Bear, and Zotek, one of the fan favorites and the owner of We Bleed FPV, racing this next round. Was able to keep it alive in the preliminary round, race 4. He took the deuce and wound up in race 8. So let's see if he can win one more and meet Icy and Flightning in race number 11.
Until the next race.
Piontek, Redfin, Big Bear, gonna be putting the heat on him though. Piontek, one of those super cool deadlock pilots, oozing coolness on the sidelines. We just saw him a second ago with his beard. I love that guy.
For sure.
We all love him.
Big Bear, our TQ of the group.
Also,
Zotek, our bottom qualifier of the group, so we got 1 and then 16 in this.
Big Bear, also the owner and creator of Arizona Night Tracks, I believe may have had a huge part in the epic race course we're all flying on. Also does a bunch of other really cool LED stuff for the community. He's also a guy with a gigantic smile on his face and more pride than anybody for his wife, who flew in the hobbyist class earlier today.
Yeah.
And had an awesome finish.
She's gotten better and better. I remember, like, was it last year or maybe even the year before, where she could barely, like, take off and do a gate or two. And
I know. And
laps.
Big Bear came up to me with this big grin on his face, and he was like, Jesse, you're going to love it when you see her fly this year. It's going to be so good. You know what I mean? There's Big Bear on the left, the guy I'm talking about. Zotek from We Bleed FPV, sitting down right there in that awesome We Bleed jersey. We've also got Piontek on the far right, and there's Redfin in the green, sort of, with his goggles down just to the right of the middle of your screen. Behind him, that's Ted, the man, running behind the scenes here at Whooptopia for his 5th year. Shout out to the
Arm your
Whooptopia
quads.
team.
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
That's the launch. We're flying for real here in the winner's bracket. I see a little bit of traffic for Redfin. Made a risky overpass and a few tight corrections. A lot of lane changes happening early on right now. Redfin pushed back to third. Who's riding in first? It's a battle between Piontek and Zotek. Currently Zotek in the
Piontek makes a little bobble. I think he got confused at where
Zotek in the lead, going to be the first one to hit the shoelace over here, I think. There he is. Who's going to beat him on the shoelace? Well, Redfin's right there.
Big Bear's right on Redfin too.
All right,
Or no,
so
Redfin sees Big Bear in his
Zotek with a pretty clean first place here in the enthusiast class. We're going to send him up to the Jacobs ladder after a minor error. Big Bear's right on him. Big Bear making the pass right now. Redfin also getting ready. Zotek, we need you to flip. Redfin makes the pass. And it's a lot of drama happening around here. Piontek also making the pass. Zotek back in action, but knocked to fourth. He's got a little bit of ground to make up to keep it alive. Big Bear through the dive gate on his second lap, bringing the heat through the 270. Going to get ready to start tying his shoe over there in the back of the course. Zotek crosses over on the lap 2, looking strong.
Oh no.
Here comes Big Bear on the shoelace section.
2 volts.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
he's extremely low battery, but he's in first place.
Hopefully his sensor's just slightly off.
That would be nice.
It looks like he's got enough elevation, so he's not having trouble going up. That's when he knows the problem.
Here comes Big Bear at the very end of his lap. Another epic wreck by Zotek.
Okay,
Big Bear makes it across into the crash gate. Who are we bringing around next? Looks to be Redfin. Negotiating the L in the back of the course as long as there's no errors. Zotek pushing really hard to catch Redfin right now.
Does he have the time? Does not.
He doesn't have the time. There it is, making it official. Redfin and Big Bear moving it along and keeping it in the consolation bracket. We're going to meet up with them in just a minute.
That was good. That was one of our better races though far. Everyone finished within about 5-6 seconds.
Zotek and Piontek. They're not knocked out yet. Oh, Piontek's looking good. And we're sending them down to meet up with them in the consolation bracket. That will be race number 10. Oh no, that's wrong. We're gonna meet them.
Change to you, Zotek. We'll be seeing you in race number 10.
I guess in number 10.
And then lastly,
I heard AK say
it. You will be changing to R6 in race.
Yep, we're meeting them in race number 10. But first, another elimination bracket. It's race number 9. Meet me, won't you? In race number 9, we're going to take on Seg, Glider G, Nicted, and Buddha. This is an elimination round, so 2 of these guys fighting to keep it alive in their Whooptopia 2023 career. The other 2 will be excused from the building and dismissed from Whooptopia. Dan, is it okay if I ask you a personal question?
Until the next race.
Who's the diamond sponsors?
There you go. The diamond sponsors for Whooptopia are HQ Prop, Orca, TR Printing, AZ Night Tracks. We just saw Big Bear take home a win there. FYS Crafts, Happy Model, Beta FPV, and Vifly.
Not bad. Straight from memory?
Yep, straight off. I had no sheets or
no
screens
sheets,
helping me.
no screens. A lot of people think that we can actually see the live stream.
That is
here.
a bright whoop.
That's a bright whoop. Actually, okay, we can't see the live stream. Dan just kind of spoiled it while I was...
No, I can see it all the way from over
Oh,
here.
yeah, exactly. No, me too. It's far away. That's a statement. When you got a whoop that bright, you're speaking to second place. There's Nicted on the left. I see Seg. Is that Icy or Slade right there? Hold on. Oh, it's Slade. And Buddha. Another MLDR pilot in the far seat. And the only pilot in this round with a spotter. We'll see if that provides any kind of advantage for him. The goggles are down, the pressure's on.
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Here's our launch cam, brought to you by Perspective Image. Let's send him off. There they go. Well, it's another important race because for 2 of these pilots, it's going to be time to go home after this, their last battery. I'm seeing a really strong fight so far by Nicted. Had to set it down in first place, open it up for Glider G. Glider G in first right now and getting chased down by Seg, Nicted, and Buddha. Glider G going to hit the back half of the course first. He's headed through that 360 and facing the shoelace. See if we can get him some company back there. Seg seems to be in second place right now. So we got Glider G, that's Slade Gilpin, first one through the chicane and onto the L. There's Seg with a nice clean and safe chicane. Gets to look back and see who's coming, but there's nobody there. Just kidding. Buddha's right on him. Buddha right behind Seg as Glider G crosses over onto his final lap in the elimination round. A little bit of a tap that confused Glider G. Glider G needs to figure it out. Looks like he found it, but now he's got company. Seg's right there, and so is Buddha. So is Nicked It. There's a pack, 2, 3, and 4 right on him. Glider G through the dive gate now. 270 into the middle of the ladder, and he's headed back towards the shoelace now in a pretty strong position.
Yep. Looks like Seg's in second, but Nicked It is right there on top of him.
And so Buddha is
right there, all three of them.
Buddha and Nicked It riding together. Oh yeah. Seg just almost had an epic midair. Glider G looking strong, but the battle for second is where it's at this round.
Seg holding out in front, but Buddha is right on.
Buddha and Seg.
Oh, Nicked It is out ahead. I didn't even see that. He made the pass, and here it comes.
What's going to happen? Here it is, making it official. He's in.
That's it.
Nicked it.
I passed there while I was watching Buddha and Seg.
That was awesome. See,
and that was so close to the
tight
finish,
for
dude.
third.
Actually, we might have to watch that back for who finished the third.
We
fourth.
need an epic DVR review.
That was the closest crash meet so far. I mean, it matters because. Wait, no, is this they're in the upper class, huh? Doesn't matter.
You both move
I mean, it matters.
And you will
No, this is an elimination.
That wasn't elimination. Oh, you're right. You're right.
This is elimination.
Buddha, 12th place overall. Give it to Buddha. 12th place
So Buddha,
overall.
Buddha gets a round of applause.
60 seconds until the next race.
And give it up for Seg in 11th place overall.
Close there at the end. That looks like Seg just got Buddha.
And Buddha got booted.
So we're on to race number 10. Wookie on R1, Lazy Day on R2, Pion Tech on R6.
This could be a heartbreaking elimination round.
Yeah.
You guys are up.
We got Wookie, we got Lazy, we got Piontek. Any two of them could advance here. Zotek and Lazy Day have the most pace, but they also make more mistakes, so we shall see.
And I think Zotek's seated a little lower. Wookie was looking really strong. Lazy Day is crushing right now. And Piontek is perfectly consistent. Let's see what these guys can do for us. How we doing in the YouTube chat, guys? People loving the racing. D-Mc loving the battle. Lots of people hanging out with us on YouTube, so thanks for chilling out on the Perspective Image YouTube channel. Hey guys, give me that thumbs up. I got a goal of reaching 200 thumbs today, and I need your help. So please just scroll down, give this video a thumbs up. You always hear us say it, but it actually really helps a lot. Helps more than you imagine, I'll tell you that. And it helps your friends, really. Oh, it's raffle ticket time.
Oh, crap.
04. I'm 05 or 03. If you guys ever hear 0345 to 0357, somebody let me know. I better write that down. If you catch a prize that I miss on one of my raffle tickets between 0345 and 0357,
come on, let's get
I'll give you the prize. I'll give you the prize. All right? Little bonus for the live stream here on Perspective Image YouTube channel. You can win the prize if you notice before I do. Because I think you guys can just loosely hear the microphone. AK is calling out raffle prizes all day long. I dropped 20 bucks on the tickets. I got a few raffle tickets, trying to win some of those epic prizes thanks to our sponsors. Hey Gene, shouting out Piontek. I'm right there with you. He's got to keep it alive this time.
That was a quick number one there. Who'd you put up at the top?
Well, none other than Tiny Whip Team Pilot T-Dog is who I think is actually going to win this, but we don't know. Stay tuned to find out later in the Elite Finals.
If you
Who'd
were,
you put down for you, number one,
you're an
Vince?
official Whoop House bookie. You know how sports betting odds work.
Oh yeah, I'm official.
Okay, what would you put T-Dog? What would you put T-Dog's line at? Like how much would you have to bet to win
3 to
100?
1.
Okay, I'll take that all day. I think if it was
How much you want to put on 3 to 1?
but I mean, I'll take if like if I bet 300, I would win 100. And that's the odds you're giving me?
Yeah.
That's like really good. I think if it was Vegas, he'd be like a 10 to 1 favorite.
Oh,
You'd have to bet $1,000 at least.
That's
to win
something
100.
that we both understand and disagree on. Hey guys,
You
it's
don't think
almost
he's that big of a favorite?
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Because 3 to 1's not that big. That's like if it was a football
Anything
game.
can happen
That
in a
would be
drone
like
race, Dan.
that would be like a 4-point favorite in football or something, a 4 to 5 point.
just a
favorite.
minute, because this race is just way too big for me to look away from. Piontek, Lazy Day, Zotek, and Wookie.
Ooh, Lazy Day
Two
looks
of
like
these
he has a
guys-
slight lead.
Ooh,
He makes the first error.
Wookie error inside the
Lazy
tunnel.
Day error.
No good. Piontek
Zotek error.
flying really strong right now.
Lazy Day,
Piontek out
3
in
attempts.
first place. He's already at the shoelace, and he's all alone.
Yep, Zotek is in second. Wookie's behind him. Lazy Day catching up, but he had to try the dive gate 3 times. And then
Through the
crashed
chicane,
out.
Piontek getting ready to round out a lap. Let's see how Zotek does. Nice and clean on the chicane. Who else can we get chicaning? It's Lazy Day with an epic acro chicane that ended in a crash. Piontek, get it back together. He's at his own feet. Another epic midair.
And Zotek makes the pass, right? Yep.
Yeah, Zotek on his second lap is in first place.
Lazy Day lap
And
1.
looking
smooth.
strong.
Yeah.
3.
Got to keep it alive to stay in this event.
His turns are looking very nice and even and smooth. Nice
Yep, he knows
pre-turn.
it's time to perform. Oh no, where's Lazy Day?
He's extending the lead. Lazy Day's in last right now. Wookie.
Chicane
Actually,
for Zotek.
Wookie and Lazy Day are together.
Zotek is down
Uh-oh. Where is he?
at the chicane.
Oh, no, and he hasn't finished yet. How far is Wookie? Quite a
Piontek's
bit
right on him.
behind.
Piontek's right on him, and
But that's
Zotek's
first-
back.
That's first and second.
30
He'll be
seconds.
fine.
Piontek and Zotek are both
Zotek's
teching
gonna
it up.
get it here. Zotek, as long as he goes straight in, a little low, but he gets in. Piontek's at second.
that locks it in.
All right.
Zotek
first to
and
Zotek, second to
Piontek just
Piontek.
keeping it
That's
alive.
official.
Looks
You're
like
in the consolation
ooh,
bracket.
Wookie can or Lazy Day can make the
Track is
pass.
live.
Nope, not enough time.
Wookie finished in 3rd. Lazy
All right,
Day
so
finished in 4th.
that means that
Wookie in
we're going to
third,
send them
Lazy Day
on
in
to
fourth.
take down Nicked It and Glider G in 2
Says
races.
wait,
That's
so
race
we gotta
number
listen
12.
to
But
him now.
first, let's jump all the way back up to the
60
winner's
seconds
bracket
until the
here
next race.
in the enthusiast
Just
class. But it's
kidding.
time for
Wookie got
race
third,
11,
Lazy Day got
semifinals in the
fourth.
winner's bracket.
Zotek
That's the
got
big one.
changed.
Flightning,
You'll be
Big
in
Bear,
race number 12.
Redfin.
Piontek, you'll be also in race
It
number
is the
12.
big one.
Who's going to do some ticket punch into the finals here?
We're going to punch some tickets this next round.
The next heat.
I think Icy's got a solid shot. I think he's been the most consistent out of anyone so far.
As we go along.
He is looking quite good.
Big Bear's made a couple of mistakes, but he has a little bit more pace than Icy, so we'll see there. Flightning, obviously, one of the fastest pilots, but also making some of the most mistakes.
Yeah, it's hard not to root for Flightning.
Yeah, I really like Flightning, obviously. He's IGAO. What's
We are into race number
Flightning's
11,
IGAO finishes?
Finals. Winners bracket.
He has some of my most
Let me tell
memorable.
you, Flightning,
10 seconds until the next race.
he got 14th in Race Scout. And that's,
5
No, he's got
seconds until
3.
the next race.
oh yeah, no, he got 32nd in IGOW 2, 89th in IGOW 2, in IGOW 3, and 56th in Race Scout.
Very nice.
He's been hanging out a while.
Very solid. Also, some really entertaining videos, like super unique videos too. Stuff that no one else would make, kind of artsy, the type of videos I've never seen before. And then he also has some funny, silly ones. Yeah, with I don't know. I don't even know how to describe them.
And he's always got that sort of camp counselor's shirt on.
Always super positive.
Yeah, got a great attitude.
Even though all his stuff never seems to work.
I know. There was one time at I.O. where I was his spotter for the altitude challenge.
Oh yeah.
Do you know about
Yeah,
this?
yeah, I was
He
there,
went up,
remember.
but I stopped looking because Wes was freaking out. I had to find Wes's whoop. Stopped looking at Flightning's whoop. Nobody ever saw it again, and it was my fault. All my fault.
Both Wes and Flightning's moves disappeared on that challenge,
Yeah,
right?
yep. Everybody lost their whoop. But that's kind of part of altitude challenge. But the thing that's supposed to prevent that is a designated runner, and I was Flightning's runner.
Well, I think our problem was, remember, it was the wind was blowing into the corn, and we did it right on the edge of the corn.
There was crazy wind.
Instead of we should have gone to the middle of the field, the giant field that's there. If we drove out there and did it, we probably could have recovered them.
Check out Icy Zen.
All right.
On the floor.
This is the big one. Jumping into the finals. If you lose this one, you got to go down and win another one to get in.
Glider G's chick is in the chat saying, "Let's go, babe."
Glider G making his way through the consolation bracket right now. He's got to win 2 more to make it in.
Yep, but he's got a path.
Yep. Takes 3 wins if you don't lose. Takes 5 wins if you lose in one of the first 2 rounds, or takes 4 if you lose in this 11th, if you win 2 and then lose 1. So different paths to the finals are available. But the straightest line one comes through this heat. Redfin's ready to go. I don't know what else, or is that Redfin? Yes, that is Redfin, ready to go. Everyone else is not around, but he's locked.
He could launch at any moment. Should we just go make a tone sound next to him? I'm JK. I love a guy who's ahead and prepared. There's Big Bear. Flightning sitting down. Wants that antenna pointing straight down. Like a true pro. Icy also poised to launch. Let's go, Flightning. Tasty FPV. Redfin's been real patient for a long time. Who's running this heat? Seriously. CHD in the chat wishes there was Whooptopia racing in Indonesia. Me too. If you guys ever did a big race, I'd come over there. If I could, of course. 4 pilots down with goggles. Let's see if we can send them off here. Is there anyone to send them off right now? Oh yeah, there's Ted. He's on it.
I had to make a call. I'll watch this one.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
All right, we're off. We got a rough video from Flightning, but he's still flying. It looks like Redfin's out front, I'm guessing?
He is.
He's the first
already
to dive.
through the dive gate. Icy's right
second.
behind him.
Flightning upside down.
Big Bear's right behind Icy.
It's close. Redfin has a slight lead. Icy just behind him. Big Bear in third. Flightning trying to turtle, I assume.
Redfin with a considerable error in first place, and Icy's right there trying to take advantage of it. Icy's in first right now. Icy to the... Oh, look. Icy right in front of Redfin. Jumps across the line with 1 lap to go, and Redfin can see him. 1 gate ahead. There he is on the split S. There he is on the launch gate, and there he is on the dive. Redfin makes an error on the dive, and
that
Icy
puts
runs away
Big
with
Bear
it.
right on top of
60 seconds remaining.
Yep, they're together. Redfin and Big Bear. Big Bear just 1 gate behind Redfin on the bubble right now. Remember, the 2 winners of this lap are going to the finals.
Big Bear's sensor has got to be off. He can't be flying at 2.7 like that.
Redfin looking like he's going to make a move on Icy, but then Redfin takes a dive. Icy now nice and strong in the final Jacob's ladder.
Oh, and Big Bear made the pass on Redfin, but
Icy
Redfin hot on his tail.
Icy's
Big Bear coming around. Oh, Big Bear with a wide turn. Oh, but he
oh my gosh,
keeps
Big Bear
it together.
Well, Redfin also
finish.
turned out. Redfin started a 3rd lap and had to hook back.
Oh, was that what it was?
Yeah.
Because Big Bear, he barely like made it through. He almost crashed twice on his way to the crash gate.
And
put it
Redfin knows
together.
he's got third.
But obviously no one knocked out. That's to the final. That was 2 to the finals and 2
10
down to
seconds
the
remaining.
consolation.
2 down to this very next
Yeah,
race.
Redfin looks a little disappointed in himself right there.
He's about to race again.
He's got it though.
Redfin going up in race 13.
Good job, Icy.
Finish
Done.
your lap and then land.
Alright.
Lots of great action there between our pilots. I'm going to double check our DVR review right now. Who are we looking at, gentlemen? Oh, it's the photo finish. Yeah, there you see. No, I don't know what they're looking at. We're going to find out here. Well, guys, I can't hear the officials, so we're looking at the screen because there's a brief DVR review underway. I'm guessing it's a question about a wreck. Yeah, Redfin did that part legit. Now watch Redfin. Misses that gate, misses the green gate, got skipped out wide, tapped down, pins it for the crash gate, but there's already 2 quads in there. That's tough. He just got skipped out around the left. He did not start a 3rd lap, but he got skipped out to the right, rather, of that green gate you see almost in the dead center of your screen. Headed for the crash gate on the lower right.
Race stopped. 60 seconds until the next race.
Very low.
Well, it's time to jump back down to the consolation bracket.
Hopefully you can figure something out.
For race
He is knocked down to the consolation
12.
bracket. Redfin and Flightning, no channel changes. We'll be seeing you guys in race number 13.
Hey, Dan, off the record,
No channel changes for Flightning.
do you mind if I just ask you something kind of private? I think we're off the stream. Can I just ask you a
you're really
private
close
question?
to us. so-
Sure.
I just
As
cannot.
long as no one's listening.
30 seconds
All right,
until
race
the
12,
next
you're up.
race.
Pion
Sponsors.
Tech on R1.
I think it was
I believe that's a
iGao,
champ.
Fractal Engineering, Speedy Pizza Drones, Foxier, Gem Fan, Drone Zone New Jersey, Rosie Rippers, Birds Aren't Real, and Wrecked Drones.
Oh, okay.
I think that's who it was.
I'll remember so I can read them next time it comes up. I got this.
10 seconds until the
What?
next race.
Race number 12 is an elimination round, ladies and
I think we're
gentlemen.
good.
5
Did you do this?
seconds until the
Biontech,
next
Glider
race.
G,
You can
Nictit,
still
and
do it.
Zotec. We're sending 2 of them away.
Do you have the overall rankings here from last night? Yeah.
So there's our beautiful bracket, almost completely full. I'm looking at race 12. And that's going to feed us 2 more pilots to take on Flightning and Redfin
Arm
in
your
the
quads.
consolation
Starting
semifinals.
on the tone in less than
And
5.
after we do that, we're going to take 2 of those guys and plop them into race number 14 to take on Icy and Big Bear. Here we go. Oh, really close for Piontek there. Had nearly had a midair. And another one. He is just right on it. And a bobble on the raise, or excuse me, the dive gate. Piontek still narrowly maintaining first place as he starts to head for the back half. He looks behind him and sees tons of traffic, but he's the first one to enter the shoelace. Lots of action as he gets passed on the way to the chicane. That was Zotec. Zotec now negotiating the L, and he's the first one out, but he's on his lid. That's a pass right there for Piontek. in first place, and Nictet is not far either. Zotek's back on his feet,
Piontech
right
lap
in
one,
front of Nictet, but Piontech
40.75.
is already
Zotek
across
lap
and
one,
about to do his split S of his
44.92.
final lap. There's the
Nictet lap
launch,
one,
and there's the dive for Piontech.
46.14.
Zotek also hits the launch,
Glider G
also
lap
hits the
one,
dive, not far at all
53.76.
behind, and Piontech
60
making a
seconds
sizable
remaining.
error. Going to open it up for Zotek. Zotek now makes the pass into first place. Riding the front as he hits that shoelace, tying the shoelace nice and smoothly. Zotek in first place, Nictet in second place, and a lot of rubble left behind him. Zotek goes down. He's trying to get out from underneath that canvas on his second chicane. Did he make it through the first gate of it? He's going to double check, circle back, and Nictet's already
30
well
seconds
past. So
remaining.
Nictet getting ready to take a first place if he can keep it together. But Glider G's right there, Zotek's right there. Zotek back out in first place and getting ready to lock this one
Zotek
up.
finished
First
in
one into the
first.
crash gate is Zotek,
Nictet
and
finished in
Nictet right
second.
behind him. Man, that's a
in?
close gate.
Piontech finished in third.
Is he
10
in?
Not
seconds
get in.
remaining.
What? Nictet didn't get in?
He's on the
He
camera.
didn't. So Piontech moves on.
Glider G
Nictet
finished in
did not
fourth.
make it in.
Finish your
Man,
lap
we've
and
had a
then
lot
land.
of crash gate fails.
I know the crash gate, man. It's the hardest thing. Hey, where's my fiver?
Oh, you just gotta rate who you are. Oh wait, you rate your name on the outside? I'm gonna write it on both.
Don't have to worry about that. Second, third, and fourth. Give us a moment.
Zotek heads over to grab his quad out of the crash gate.
Alrighty.
Race stopped.
All right, results are in. So first goes to Zotek,
60
Second
seconds
to
until the next
Nictet.
race.
third to Glider G, and fourth to Piontech. Let's give it up to Piontech getting 8th place overall
I think
today.
you just said that Nictet got
Give it
second.
up for Piontech.
Is it just me, or did he just say Nictet got second? He did. So Nictet must have been.
broke the plane and bounced out.
That's all I can
That
think.
could happen because the gate keeps getting pushed back every time.
Well, we
people
got
crash into
70.
it.
No, we got 100+ people in the chat that want to review that
30
real quick
seconds
too.
until the next race.
Have a look at our bracket. It's time for race number 13, the second to last. I mean, this is the last race before the finals, second to last race of this bracket. So these pilots worked their way through an entire day of qualifying, qualified in the enthusiast bracket, worked their way through the preliminary round, races
10
1 through
seconds
4.
until the next
Some of them
race.
were fed to 6, 7, or excuse me, 6, 8, and 11.
Results pending.
5
Some of them
seconds until
got
the
bumped
next
down to the
race.
red bracket, the consolation/elimination bracket.
Don't
And
forget
everybody
there's
but
food
Icy and Big Bear
outside. Food
is now in the
outside,
consolation
11:42.
bracket.
They're going to be here for a little
It's time
bit
to
longer.
move on to race number
So
13.
if you're hungry,
Or
go
excuse me, race
get
number
some food.
yeah,
Right
13.
outside the double doors to your left.
Where we're going to have Flightning, Redfin, Zotek, and Nictet fighting for those last 2 slots in the finals. All right, let's look at the finish of this race right here. We're starting kind of early. Zotek on the lower right. Not sure what we're checking here. So Zotek getting ready to finish up this, which was, I believe, his final race. Final lap. Okay, Zotek makes it in. And did you see that? Where's Nictet? Did he break the plane? Did he break the plane? He crashed into the top of it, and then he's on his lid. And look at the top right. Glider G makes it in. And Glider G's got company inside that thing. So the question is, did Nictet
All right, we
cross
got
the
it.
plane?
Thank you guys.
And Piontech.
So that
Piontech
does
got in
change
second.
things up.
What just
Nictet
happened?
actually did not ever get into that crash gate.
It's official. Glider G actually got second behind Zotek.
Well, last though, unfortunately.
Nictet crashed into the.
So that means
into
Glider
the
G
crash
goes to
gate.
second, Piontech third,
got
Nictet
eliminated
fourth on
from
that
the
one.
event.
Nictet is
Piontech
going
was
to
right
be
there
your 8th
too.
place overall
Right, have a look
pilot.
at your screen. Zotek on the low right goes in. nicked it, crashes into the top
And
of the
your
gate, and he's
7th place
stuck at the
overall
bottom.
goes to Pion Tech.
Look at him right there. He's fighting at the bottom, and he's not
Great
alone.
racing,
Look at the upper right.
pilots.
Glider G comes
Zotec
smashing in, crosses the
moves
line
on.
first,
Glider G
second
moves
place.
on. Both of you
And you can
guys
see
are gonna be
Zotec
changing.
squad right there.
Zotec, you're going to be on R1.
Man,
Glider G, you're
harsh
gonna
way to
be-
go down, but that's how it is.
Yes,
That's how this Whooptopia is shaking out. Yeah, nicked it and Piontek
Go ahead and do that now because you guys are up immediately
ending their
again.
Whooptopia career right there.
We're going into race number 13.
And that means
where we
race
will
number
determine
13 is actually going to be
2
Zotec
more
Lightning,
pilots
Glider
to
G,
see
and
Icy
Redfin.
Big Bear in the finals.
And I'm guessing Glider G's chick stoked about that.
Zotec will be R1,
MFG
Lightning
second.
R2,
Let's go
Glider
Woo.
G R6, and Redfin R8. Zotec and Glider G need to change
What's your
channels.
prediction on this one?
Let's
This
do
is
a
a
raffle.
tough heat right here. All of these pilots, any 2 of these pilots could advance.
I know. Slate's been crushing, but Flightning also, when he's on his game, is
Probably the
unstoppable.
fastest, yeah.
He's probably the fastest guy in the heat. So I guess I am going to pick him to come through in the clutch. I'll
0
put Flightning
7
number 1.
5 3.
And then it's going to be between, I think,
0,
Glider G,
7,
Redfin, and Zotec. Just who makes the least
5, 3.
mistakes? Because they're all.
Do I have that raffle?
I mean, they're all about the same speed when they're fat. When
0,
I'd say
7,
Redfin's probably
5,
the most consistent
3.
Yeah.
out of them. But Glider G's been flying really good the last 3 rounds now.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't want to
right,
upset
let's plug
any
He
him in
won
there, boys.
5, he won 9,
This
and he won
is
12.
your
So he's on a
final
3.
6
Or
pilots.
he advanced.
You're
He's on a
guaranteed
3
top 6
advanced
in your class.
streak right now.
2 of you will move on to the
That
final
feels
4.
good.
2 of you will get 6th and
So
5th
let's see
place
if he can get
overall
his
raffle
4th
ticket.
one.
So he
0,
can
7,
climb his
5,
way
3.
all the way out of the back of the consolation
Yeah.
bracket.
That's, like,
I'm
super
officially
satisfying.
switching my vote. I'm going to go with Flightning and Glider right now. Oh, it's so hard to do.
All right, I'm going to take Zotec and Glider.
Okay, I mean, do you really want to leave Redfin out of this?
I just don't know Redfin at all. But
I think it's
I
nerve.
think he
So
might-
who out of this group would obviously win the head game, and who would obviously lose the head game if it was just a head game?
I don't know Redfin very well, so I feel like Flightning always acts calm, but he flies. He doesn't fly calm.
Yeah, he's got such a chill attitude. He's on the far left right there. That's our man Flightning. Redfin sits beside
But
him.
like,
There's
you
Glider and Zotec.
when he take like a wide turn and he forget that he had to go to like the tunnel or something, he's not like, oh, I got to go back to the tunnel. He's like,
He's like,
I'm
"Oh my
going
God,
for
I
the
gotta
tunnel.
get-" He's like, I should have been in that tunnel yesterday.
But yeah, he definitely has the
Arm your
pace.
quads.
I think he's the only one like
Starting on the tone in
in the
less
low
than
30s.
5.
Zotec had some 35s, I think.
Oh my God.
Keep it smooth, Zotec, Nano Shock says. Here we go.
It's smooth
Clean
Zotec.
launch for everyone. Looks like Flightning has the lead off the launch.
Yep, and he's got. Oh,
Who's going to be the
little bit-
first one to make the dive? Very nice dive. And that was Flightning.
Lightning followed by Glider G.
Yep.
Zotec in third. There's Redfin
Redfin
makes
right
it
there.
through.
A little bobble, but he's
Yep,
back up.
Glider G with the bobble.
Flightning putting some speed on this round.
Lightning is seriously already done with the shoelace. He is acting like he's in a different class, way out front, and flying like lightning.
This
Wait,
gonna
is
be
that
his-
where he gets his name?
Yeah.
Lightning lap 1. 32.
Ooh,
Well
32.
done, Lightning,
That's
plus
a
the
pro.
32.
That's a pro time right there.
Yeah, this guy's been sandbagging up till this very moment, ladies and gentlemen.
He's kind of got the sheesh quad
Look
dialed
at
in
this. Look how he's
Red
flying.
Fin.
now. Oh, it's a sheesh quad, so it comes through at the very end.
Who's in second, dude? It is Zotec.
52.
Zotec's tying his shoes over there on the back half of the
60
course
seconds
as
remaining.
Lightning gets ready to round out the Jacob's ladder.
Glider must have gone down. Yeah, he's
Zotec with the
Flightning
chicane.
finished in first.
Zotec with the L. He's going to head to the finals if he can. Lightning punched his ticket.
Zotec looks like he's gonna too.
Zotec, 1, 2, 3.
Boom.
He's in.
Nice work.
And just like that, Redfin
Redfin
and
finished in
Glider
third.
G.
So Glider will take 6th overall.
30
Very
seconds
respectable
remaining.
finish. Redfin in 5th. And Flightning and Zotec will be doing some chasing the aces. And they were 16th and... What seed was Flightning?
I don't know.
Pretty low. I think in like the 10 or 11 area.
Glider G
Well,
finished in
Flightning-
fourth.
Oh, nice work by both of them.
10 seconds remaining.
Both of them also lost early and came all the way back up, right?
Well, no, Flightning
Oh, no,
lost to Icy in race 11
Okay.
just a couple races ago, and now it's time for a rematch.
Finish
Flightning's
your
here
lap
for
and then
blood.
land.
Big Bear was there too. It's just Zotek we're adding in after a couple rounds in the consolation bracket.
Nice work by Zotek to work his way from 16th into the top 4.
Absolutely. So race number 11 was all these pilots, but instead of Zotek, it was Redfin back then. Getting ready for Icy, Big Bear, Zotek, and Flightning.
You're chasing the ace finals. Big Bear, TQ, Icy, 3Q, Zotek, 16, Flightning. So we got 2 of our top qualifiers and 2 of our lower qualifiers making it to the finals here.
Race stopped.
Glider G's chick in the
60
chat.
seconds until the next
Still
race.
rooting him on, saying never quit, baby. That's right.
Redfin.
And when you get to the end of one class, pilots start trickling in for sports.
Alrighty. So Flightning, I'm going to have you go to R8. Zotek, you're going to R2.
30 seconds until the next race.
All right. Who you feel like? I feel like we're going to see a multi-way ace here. I don't feel like there's going to be 2 winners in a row. I think we're getting at least 3.
Do you think Flightning can keep calm after that last one?
I think he'll get at least
in his
one.
head.
I think he'll get at least one ace.
I'd
for
like
sure.
to. I'd love for him to have an ace. He's just flying
seconds
like a
until the
different
next
kind of
race.
pilot last round, and if that doesn't get in his head, then he's gonna pull it out again. But if he starts to get cocky about all that success he just had, he just had a
R2,
ton
Zotek,
of
R2.
difficult maneuvers work
Icy
out for
R1,
him.
Zotek
I'm gonna,
R2, Big Bear
I'm gonna
R6.
make it
Flightning R8, this is the final
ridiculously
4.
specific prediction. I'm going to go Icy round 1 after Zotek and Flightning have some issues. Big Bear just behind him.
What?
And then Ace is going to take the first ace because he's going to fly the most consistent and everyone else will be a little nervous.
Oh my god.
And then Flightning's going to win number 2. Zotek is going to get number 3. And then all 3 of the aces are really going to want the ace there, so they're going to mess up. Big Bear's going to get number 4, and then we're going to go down to a true chase the ace finals, and Icy's going to win.
Whoa. I didn't see you doing that.
That's my prediction.
So
Absurdly specific prediction.
It's really good. I would just never go there.
I just
So
made
don't
it
ask
up
me
right
for
now.
mine.
What? Oh, he didn't respond. Oh.
Well, you guys ready for finals time? And then right after finals, ladies and gentlemen, the sport class where we really start to turn up the heat. Who's in the sport class, Dan?
I think Hatter's TQ. Wait, sport class? You mean advanced?
Yeah.
TQ, I think, is Hatter. Pretty sure.
Epic.
Or no, did he get bumped up into the next group? I think he got bumped to the next group. Is he 48 or 49?
So Bowser TQ, gaining ground, Stormy, KBD.
No, they switched that up.
Okay.
Bowser was the bottom of the other. Sharks is the top of the group.
Raffle ticket 0.
Look at those
0,
finalist
0.
pilots
List.
ready to go. They've all got their goggles down. You ready for this, chat? Come on, YouTube
All right.
chat.
100, 0,
This is your hobbyist.
D-Mick really liked your
finals.
prediction, by the way. Icy to Iron Man says, "My name is Jeff."
Because when you make something that specific of a prediction and then it happens, you look like a genius. But if nothing doesn't happen, like no one's gonna remember.
Good call, good call. Yeah,
Like
no,
when a
you'd go
sports
down in
announcer
history.
is like, I think he's gonna hit a home run on this pitch. It's like the guy's first time in the big leagues ever or whatever, and this home run, then the guy looks like a genius.
Yep, like you can just sense it. People shouting out "We Bleed" in the chat.
I did have that pretty specific prediction on OG.
That's
this
what's
was a
got you fueled
multi-level,
up. I know.
a multi-level prediction.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Here we go. Long tone.
Oh, that always sets the tone.
Everyone
across
clean.
the line was Flightning, and Zotek is riding right on him.
Icy
Look at
just
that.
behind them.
Oh man, first Flightning
Lightning
with a
small
bobble, and there goes Wait,
Oh, Icy's
Yeah.
stuck on the dive gate. Oh, Gator's
Zotek,
out.
Lightning right behind him.
My prediction.
Zotek in first.
Lightning looking good.
Shoelace is nice and tight. Zotek goes wide. Flightning makes the pass. Flightning the first one through the chicane, and Zotek's right on him going into the L. Can Flightning keep it cool here? There he is on the Jacob's ladder. 1, 2, 3. Let's bring Flightning around onto his final lap. Looking at an ace right now. If he can keep it calm, that was a snap split S, pulling farther ahead of Zotek.
Ooh, really nice dive. Right, Lightning.
He's looking really strong right now. Epic skill coming out of Flightning here in the finals.
The Sheesh squad working for him.
It's obviously all about the Sheesh. Lightning pulling away.
60
Has
seconds
got extra
remaining.
time for lap traffic
Big Bear
over
lap
there.
1,
Yep.
44.73.
The Icy prediction, maybe not super accurate.
Or could be just right depending on how this last 10 seconds
Big Bear
shakes
finished
out.
in first.
Here comes Lightning.
Flightning
Boom.
finished in second.
First place. Where's Zotek?
Zotek finished in third.
Big Bear was,
Zotek
yeah, that's a
finished in
false read.
Third? Yeah, okay.
Zotek
Zotek's already in the
finishes
gate. So
second.
he's second. So now we've got podium battle. Ooh, and it's a close one. Icy is there on Big Bear.
That was
Big
Lightning
Bear has to
first,
turn ahead.
Zotek second.
Oh, but Icy makes the pass.
Timing system.
Actually,
Oh,
they're like,
passes
they're like,
back.
they're like on
Passes
top
their
of each
back
other.
and forth.
Lightning in
Oh no,
first,
Icy with a
Zotek
small
second.
bump.
Okay, this might make
He's
your
gonna have to
prediction
go
awful.
Finishing eight of each other.
This might make your prediction just
No, look
awful.
at Icy go. Look at Icy. Look, he's on fire right now. Go,
Oh, yeah.
Icy. Go. Go, Icy. Go.
Come on, Icy. Oh, Icy.
Big Bear
You
finished
made
in
a fool out of Dan,
Icy
Icy.
finished in fourth.
I'm just kidding. He did that too.
It's just going to happen in a different order. That was my prediction for the second
You
round.
didn't predict the order. You predicted what happens
Bull.
at some point in our lives.
Yes.
Another battery.
So if it doesn't happen this year, it'll be next year.
Exactly. We all knew you meant that. Chat knew you meant that.
Last
Phobos
call
knew
for
you meant
ticket
that.
Number 100.
Yes, Phobos, this is obvious
Last
class.
call raffle ticket.
But both Lightning and Zotek, the two fastest ones in this round, had major troubles in quals. Enthusiast, excuse me. Did I call it hobbyist? I always get those.
No,
two
you said
mixed up.
enthusiast.
Oh,
You're never wrong.
okay.
He did. He did, Greg. He did. I just. No, I just have this rule where when we're on stream, the two people never ever correct each other unless it's
Dingles.
a joke.
Pro Dingles,
Yeah.
it's not that it was wrong. It was just in the incorrect order. That was my prediction for the second round, what just happened right there.
Yeah, wasn't that obvious, Pro Dangles?
Yeah,
Can
I
we
thought
get this guy booted from the
I
chat?
thought I said that was the second round. I think people just misheard
Everybody
me.
heard you.
Icy
Go
was
back and
clearly
clip it.
going to win the second.
I mean, that's Crazy Dude's spirit animal. Pro Dangles. I'm the one that pointed that out, but then he says the same thing and we just drag it through the mud. Shout out to Pro Dangles. D-Mix
says
saying
Zotek wins this one.
Zotek wins this one.
Technically, what I did is
All
made
right,
a
now who's
prediction where
going out on
everyone
top?
wins, so then I could just slightly modify it.
It's like you want to do that so bad.
But I did.
When you
I
want
did
to
make
be right
the
that
icy
wrong.
overall, the icy overall win. So I still gotta stick with that.
Timing system disconnected.
Yeah, my name is Jeff. If you're still chilling in the chat, first of all, big time shout out to you. But the rule this year is absolutely no Iron Man.
Yep, no Ironmans and race offs instead of
Oh
the other thing
my
called
God.
motocrosses. Hey,
This is the best, you guys. Rue's here.
Rue bringing us
Rue
coffee
from the Rosie
again.
Rippers is here to deliver us some coffee. Oh, and there's cream in it. You know, the Gem Fan got me a coffee today, but there was no cream in it.
Timing
Gem
system
Fan got me a
connected.
coffee today without cream. Chug lug.
Thank you, Rue. Rue coming up in advanced class, I believe.
Yep. Rue coming through in the clutch. Who do you trust?
All right.
Look at our competitors over there. Acting like this is no big deal. Zotek. Chillest of the chills. Swagger back to the pilot's seat. Come on. Look at Flightning. Not so much of a camp counselor shirt today.
Lightning has an ace. If he gets it again, you guys are done. If any of you else get it, you continue moving on to another heat. Pilots, any objections?
What do you think, Chad?
right.
Do they look calm? Do they look
Arm
comfortable?
your quads.
Icy always looks
Starting
comfortable on the
toe
ground
in less
there.
than 5.
Well, is that why you picked him? Hey, they're off again.
Lightning the early lead. This has been the trend. Makes a nice dive.
He's got an ace in his pocket, and he's in first place.
Zotek in pursuit. Big Bear right behind Zotek. Icy just behind Big Bear. Everyone in, oh, Big Bear a little bobble. Makes
Here comes the
gives Icy the
chicane
pass.
for Flightning. Looks back, can't see anyone. Through the L, nice and smooth. 0 errors. Time to climb down the Jacobs ladder. Rounding out lap number 1, first
Flightning
place. Your
lap
ace to
1,
chase, Flightning.
31.68.
Already across.
Zotek lap
Zotek
1,
now across.
35.48.
Only 4 seconds back. That's about
Icy
1
lap
error,
1,
but Flightning is flying like
41.25.
lightning.
And he's like
Big Bear
tighter
lap 1,
and like
45.95.
smoother.
Yep, no
He's been all
slicey,
day.
risky gates. He's just looking
He
great.
doesn't have a spot, so he's still just going for it.
60 seconds
Yep,
remaining.
no idea. He thinks he's in last place right now, but look, he's about to take home the
And
gold.
here he comes.
That is
Lightning.
it. Lightning makes it official.
Nice job.
What are we gonna do for second place, Dan?
This Big Bear, Icy, and Zotek are all real close, actually.
I know. Yeah, look at this.
But
It really could come to anyone, but it is Zotek in first right now. Big Bear's close behind him. Icy's right there. Zotek's bringing
Icy
it
goes
around.
down.
Finished in
There it is.
second.
Zotek
Second.
brings
Big
in the
Bear.
deuce.
Seconds remaining.
Third.
Big Bear finished
So I think
in
that's the
third.
finishing order right there for the podium.
And there it is, your
Lightning
winner
going unhinged, says
of
Eve in the chat.
enthusiast class.
Nanoshock shouting out, we
Two
bleed with some
back-to-back
red
aces
droplet
for
emojis.
Lightning.
For sure. That was
10 seconds
that would have been a
remaining.
pro qualifying run right there from Lightning.
Yep.
It's good to see
Second
him
place
finally get everything working and
Goes
flying
to
well
Mr.
when it
Weebly
matters.
himself, Zotek.
Zotek in second place.
Yeah.
Also troubles in
Every single pilot in
qualifying,
these
getting
heats
it together
finished the
for
same
race
order, both
day.
heats. Third place
Not to mention,
going to
he
your
didn't ride the
TQ
easy street all the way to the end. He chilled out in the consolation bracket for a
Worked his way
second.
already up.
Bravo.
Zotek.
Bravo.
Fourth
Not to
place
mention
overall,
making it from 16th all the way into the second in the bracket. That's not
Another
an easy
climb.
task.
Off grid saying wicking
Now
jump.
that is nailed.
Oh, I got a face punch.
That was such a
That
good
was
one.
a legit face punch.
Who was it?
Did we get any video of that? Who's this right here?
Oh, Glider.
Glider.
Good Oh, Liz liked that one.
Liz liked that one. Is that what she
Did
said?
you- do you
hold
record
up,
that?
Hold up.
Did you record it? Okay, good.
Nicely done.
That was
I really-
sneaky.
It
I
was
said
really
watch out
good.
at the last second, but it was too late.
However, I have a special announcement.
No, there was no
At noon,
screenshot.
There's
Oh,
noon.
wait. If it's not on the
The
stream, does
girls
he still have
outside
it?
are
I don't know.
doing
We'll just shout out
discounts
to
until they
Perspective
leave
and see if they can pull it up.
$5 for
See if they
anything
pull
you
it up.
want
Because
on their
without
food
it,
menu.
but there's
Glider
no
D said-
proof.
Until they
Glider
leave.
G said he did record
You
the
guys are
video.
hungry, go get it.
But
before
something
they
might
pack
happen
up
to Glider G in
$5
the parking
for
lot.
everything. If they charge you more, tell them AK.
I'm not
sent you.
sure whether he got me. Did you see? I'm not sure whether he
We got-
actually
That
got
was like one of the best ones ever.
I don't know.
That was
I
like
couldn't-
square
I
under the
don't feel-
nose,
I don't
in the
feel
mouth.
anything. I don't feel like a ton of pain right here on my
I tried
bottom
to give you a
lip.
warning.
Like
I
it's gonna
saw
swell.
it over there, but it was too late. I said, "Watch out!"
I like how you started to
Right,
tell the
so I'm
story in
gonna
slow mo.
smash through some raffles because we're not starting advanced class till 12:15 is the pilot
Well,
meeting.
ladies and gentlemen,
that's 13 minutes from
it's time
now.
again.
So let's give
So
away
do-
some things, shall
Oh,
we?
wait a minute,
great.
everybody. We
Got the
may have a
replay.
We
replay
got
of
a
something that
Whooptopia
may or may
edition
not have
LED
happened.
t-shirt
If we don't have a
with the
replay,
batteries,
the judges
a
are telling me
Meteor
it didn't
65 Pro
happen.
frame,
I've got.
and a
Oh,
Beta
wait, what's that,
keychain
judges,
up for
in my ear?
grabs, raffle
It
ticket
didn't?
number
No.
He what?
Nope.
He's a liar. What?
It did. It's their saying it
0
did.
6.
I'm hearing that we can't
2
pull it up
0.
and may never
And a
have
button.
proof. I'm looking at a blue screen,
Neos
so that's not good for Glider. No, wait, what is this?
0 6.
Oh my
0.
It did actually happen. Oh, great.
Now is the
Let's
time
watch,
to change the channel.
ladies and
Make sure you
gentlemen.
are-
None of the
what a
glider
weird
G.
shot.
Look how he
Class.
knife-edged ever so
Do I have
slightly to the left and
0620
revved up his
out there
motors for a little
anywhere?
extra bite. He dodges my microphone right here, got inside my nose and mouth for a second. He actually crossed the plane.
That was one of
Of
the
my
better
nose
ones. 'cause
and
he
mouth
came around the
orifices.
back. He was sneaky.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, he
real-
came over the top. That's what it was.
Yep, a big one over the top, and that's right there.
Boom.
He crossed the plane of my nose and mouth.
It was an impressive
For the win.
shot.
But listen, nobody's going to clip that. This is the early part of the live stream that might get deleted. And you guys all got my
Last
back,
call,
like all 100 people in the chat.
0620. It's
You
going
can
back to the
all
box
keep
and
your
going
mouth
to
shut because as far as the rest of the world knows, that's literally never happened. I've never gotten face punched before. And you know what? With your help, I never will. All I need is a couple of bros to vouch for me. Are you out there? Zero, you got my back. Tasty, Mookie, come on. Kent, Liquid, Flying Shark. Shout out in the chat if you actually got my back, but I already know. I don't even need to look. We're just gonna brush it under the rug. Out for potential.
Where's the blue
concussion
tent?
protocol.
Where's the blue
Kuzi,
tent?
pick a side, man. Come on, you got my back too, right? There's no blue tent. Stop
Jesse's
looking
being-
at my
Jesse's
lower
being
lip as if it's
reevaluated.
swelling right now. It's fine. I'm fine, everybody.
All right, we're going to give away some Meteor 75 frames. You get a 2-pack.
Oh, yeah. So we're about to do the big changeover, you guys. We just finished enthusiast class. Do you know what time it is, Dan?
It's
Hold
time
on,
for.
check your watch.
This is an hour behind. Noon.
Oh, yeah. It's time for a short break before we. Oh, look. Enthusiast class finals, number 1. My man, Flightning, takes home the gold. He could say that for the rest of his life. And so can Zotek, dropping the deuce in second place. Big Bear locks in third, last place on the podium. And Icy, your prediction to win this event wounds up just short of the podium.
I had to go
we
with
love
an
you, Icy.
absurdly
It's not about you. Icy,
you
bravo.
saw my top 4
Epic
picks.
performance by Icy. In spite of your awful guesses, he did a great job. We
I
can make this
like
about
to
the
go out of the
pilots.
box. You can't just like, if I was just like, oh, Lightning's going to win 2 in a row, I'd be like, yeah, great prediction. What, T-Dog's going to win 2 in a row also?
You're saying that because I called it. Because I said Flightning was going to win the first 2. You're calling that out as a
I
question.
mean, you could just take the favorites and like look smart most of the time.
I
or you
did,
could make a
and
way
dude.
off the wall prediction and then every now and
All
then
right,
look like a
listen.
genius.